margin. It's nothing different. The sad thing about me reporting this is I just don't know an immediate solution to this. What is the solution? I know the brother said abolition. That's a great start. But this needs to stop now. We can't lose any more lives. I am sick of this. And we should be sick of it. Every day. Men, women, and children. They have no mercy. Sandra Bland and many other sisters. Tamir Rice, a child. How many days did George Zimmerman get in jail for murdering and stalking a child? 8 of the 4 jurors on there were women, mostly white women, that had teenage sons. No one talks about that. Is that a jury of our peers? Where is George Zimmerman, a child killer and stalker? Where is Darren Wilson, a child killer and a stalker who killed, murdered, and lynched Mike Brown in Missouri 4 years ago? Where is he? See how quickly we forget? It's so much going on that we forget about our own tragedies. Where is this demon? This Darren Wilson? Is he sitting behind a desk somewhere? Getting free health insurance? Or, well, he's eating somehow. Where is he? Where is he? What's George Zimmerman doing these days? Is he walking the streets there in Sanford, Florida, where he murdered a child just 6 years ago? Have we forgotten? One after another after another. They said they shot the brother in Los Angeles or Sacramento 8 times in the back, talking about Stephen Clark. And it's so easy to get us off track. I see all this stuff on Facebook about he didn't like this and he didn't like that and he didn't like black people. I don't know. All I know is I saw one of our brothers murdered in the streets in his own grandparents' backyard. And it's a trend. And it get us off track so easy. Some of us are heartless. You want to talk about some unconfirmed reports of who he liked and who he didn't like. I don't know who he liked and didn't like. And does who he liked and didn't like, does that supersede him being shot goddamn 20 times in his own grandparents' backyard? Maybe he didn't like black women. I don't know. But does that supersede one of our brothers, the many of us, being murdered in his own grandparents' backyard? Are we putting things in perspective, or don't we want to deal with the real problem and issue that's right in front of us that could happen to any of us? Our brother said, without slavery, you don't need slave catchers. So the aim for amending the exception clause for the 13th Amendment, then release over 1.5 million innocent people from prison to 10 million from jails. Yes. Thank you for your wisdom and your input, brother. I'm very upset, but I'm more disturbed than upset because it's not going to stop. Even with the cameras, they are still bold enough because they know the law is going to back them up. And they know they're walking into a kangarooed court. No, let me erase that. Most of these cases ain't even getting to the courts. They're not even pressing charges, which goes back to the statement I made earlier. They don't even look at us as human, like yesterday's garbage. We just discard of these Negroes because they don't need us anymore. We unbuilt this country. We unpaved the roads, showed them how to do electrical work, engineering work. Because remember, we came here as kings and queens. We didn't come here as slaves. They made us into that. They got the best of the best from Africa. We unbuilt this country up. They don't need us anymore. That's why they can just boom, boom, boom. They don't need us anymore. What do you do with all these unruly black people that are almost expendable? Maybe they do need us, Because the more problems you create, the more services you can create. So maybe I need to retract that statement. But they sure are knocking us off at a high rate. Men, women, and children. Men, women, and children. A mentally ill young black man, and you shoot him 10 times. You're supposed to be trained to see what in the police force, because my undergrad is in criminal justice. Lethal force is supposed to be the last option in a crisis situation. I can't tell it by the way you shoot us down, but these nuts can go into schools, public places, and start shooting up children, innocent children, and they walk away unscathed. With a loaded weapon, they walk away unscathed. Some of them have to kill themselves if death is at the end of the result of what happened. A lot of them are killing themselves, like that one in Parkland, Florida. If I'm not mistaken, he killed himself. The police ain't killing. Dylan Roof gets Burger King. They even have a video of how they ran up on him. So understanding that someone who is mentally ill. There in Baltimore a couple years ago, a black cop, I said it, a black cop, KRS-One said it, a black cop killed a mentally ill brother at the Lexington market. A market, half of it is inside, half of it is outside. And the women and children were screaming, saying, he ain't bothering no one. All he had was a small switchblade on him. And a black cop shot him right there at the Lexington market years ago. Have we forgotten? Do you know right there in Baltimore, a cop, a sister, which is why we need more community life. A sister had to call the cops because her 14-year-old son got a little out of control. My next question is, where's his daddy? Where's his dad? But anyway, he got a little out of control. The sister didn't know who else to call. She called the police. 2 officers came. One of the officers actually got him calmed down, and as he was walking up the steps, meaning a 14-year-old, one of the cops started antagonizing him. Of course, the 14-year-old responded. He ends up dead, choked out in his mother's home. This happened in Baltimore several years ago because one of the brothers from the nation asked me if I could come down there and do something about it. I think they were marching or something. Untold horror stories that we don't even hear about. Our brother says U.S. police kill over 1,200 people a year on average. Since the Columbine in '99, 200 children have been killed by school shooters. The 252 children have been killed by police in the same period. Great information, brother. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. 1,200 people a year on average. And some of them are probably white, but most of them are at the end of death are black. Unless someone has something to disprove that. We see these horror stories all the time. How about the man in San Diego, the white man that had the gun and he was walking around waving it around. He was in a business parking lot. He walks away almost unscathed. And this went on for like 5-10 minutes. He was walking through cars, aiming the weapon, and this brother was aiming a metal pipe. It wasn't a gun. He couldn't harm anyone with. How can you harm anyone with a metal pipe if they're not close to you? See the disparity? See the difference? We don't need no lecture on this. My thing is, what's the solution? I'm about solutions. I'm a counselor. I am a therapist. I cannot do any counseling or therapy with a client if I don't have no solution or what they call a treatment plan. I just don't go out there and say, I hope this gets better. I got to have a treatment plan in order to proceed the counseling or therapy. I don't know what to do about this other than bring awareness and connect with brothers like Max and Brother Scotty and other people in the community who are truly concerned about the safety of our people. We should be outraged. But some of us will be preoccupied with power and Desperate Housewives of Atlanta and a bunch of other goddamn foolishness. And our children, our brothers are being slaughtered in the streets as we speak. The NBA playoffs and the NFL and the draft coming up, and our people are being slaughtered in the streets as we speak. And it isn't an emergency until it's one of us. That's our fault for having a lack of empathy and concern about our people. What are we going to do? Brother Max, please get with me, brother. Please inbox me, and anything I can do to promote your platform, I'm willing to do it. Again, I have my YouTube channel. I interview people in the community. I would love to interview you or Brother Scotty. I haven't heard from Brother Scotty in a while, but I know he's busy doing work. But let's make it happen, brother, to bring awareness to our people. Okay, New Abolitionist Radio. Just inbox me. I know I remember some of your hours, but just inbox me and let me know what we can do. And I'll be willing to do it. I don't have to say a thing as long as we bring awareness. Okay, brother. This is Brother Sharif with the Hour of Power. Go to Hour of Power, Sharif Hameed, SHAREEF, HAMEED on YouTube. Subscribe and share the channel so we can continue to lift the mind, body, and soul of our people. I leave you in peace as I came. Assalamu alaikum to my Muslim family. Praise the Lord to my Christian family. Hotep to my Black Conscious family. Shalom to my Hebrew Israelite family. Praise the Lord to my Christian family. And what's good to you, to my people in the streets. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Talk to your children about being aware of coming in contact with the police. I don't know. There's no 100% method. My method is to be calm so you can live and see another day. But I don't mean that's going to work, because Philando Castile was calm. He had a license to carry his gun, and they murdered him in front of his fiancée and 4-year-old daughter. Terrence Crutcher in Oklahoma walked backwards with his hands up, non-threatening, and they shot that brother, and that, you know what, she got off. I'm just saying it may reduce the chance. I'll leave you in peace as I came. Assalamu alaikum.